Welcome back to the gentle night. If this space brings you calm and rest, please consider subscribing so that each story can gently return to you night after night. Now, close your eyes and let the world grow softer. Take a deep breath in and let it flow out slowly. There is no hurry here, only breath, only stillness, only the night. Feel the air enter your lungs, cool, gentle, and as it leaves, feel the weight of the day begin to dissolve, like footprints in the sand, slowly erased by the wind. You are here, now, exactly as you need to be. Let the bed hold you like warm dunes beneath the moon. Let your arms and legs grow heavier, melting into the mattress, as if becoming part of the desert itself. No pressure, no effort, just gravity and rest. Now, imagine this. You are standing at the edge of an ancient desert. The sun has set. The last traces of orange have faded behind the distant dunes. Above you, a velvet sky stretches in every direction, scattered with stars that blink slowly, like gentle eyes watching from afar. The air is still, but not empty. It hums softly, carrying stories older than memory, woven into each grain of sand. Your bare feet touch the cool desert floor, software powdery, a fine layer of sand that gives beneath your weight, but supports you just enough. The wind brushes past your cheeks, carrying the scent of dry earth, sun-baked stone, and something faintly sweet, like dried herbs or distant firewood. You begin to walk. There is no path, only the gentle rise and fall of dunes, like frozen waves of golden silk. Each step is slow, deliberate, and with every step, a little more of the day slips away. Worries, thoughts, plans, all left behind, dissolving behind you like footprints in shifting sands. You feel yourself growing lighter, as if your thoughts have turned to vapor. Only the rhythm of your breath remains, steady and calm. In dot, 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 and out. Slowly, softly. The desert welcomes silence, not the silence of emptiness, but the kind of silence that listens, that holds, that knows. A small breeze stirs the sand near your feet, lifting tiny spirals that catch the moonlight, dancing briefly in the air before settling back down into the folds of the dunes. You pause. In the far distance, a warm glow flickers, barely visible at first. A fire, perhaps. A gathering, or maybe just one person waiting. Something draws you to it. Not urgency, but invitation. Not need, but curiosity. As you walk toward the light, you notice how vast the desert truly is. There are no fences, no edges, just openness, freedom, space enough for every thought to stretch out and fade, space enough for your breath to echo, space enough for rest. The stars above you glow brighter now. One in particular, just above the horizon, seems to pulse in time with your heart. You don't know its name, but it feels familiar, as if it has been guiding you. A soft hush fills the air, like the earth is breathing too. You reach a small rise in the sand and as you crest it, you see the source of the light, a solitary campfire, burning gently in a hollow between dunes. The flames are low, not wild, not bright, just steady. Golden embers shift and fall, sending up tiny sparks that vanish before they reach the sky. Beside the fire sits a figure wrapped in long flowing cloth. The person is still, peaceful. A hood covers most of their face, but their presence is calm, anchored. They do not speak. They simply look at you. And in their eyes, you see something ancient, something kind. You approach, and without a word, they gesture to the sand beside them. You sit. The sand is warm here, not hot, but holding the memory of sun. It molds beneath you, supporting your back, your legs, your hands. The fire crackles softly, its rhythm matching your breath. The flames flicker across the folds of your clothing, across the soft contours of your hands. The figure across from you reaches into a worn leather pouch. From it, they pull a small glass vial. Inside, sand, but not just any sand. It shimmers faintly, as though holding bits of starlight. Tiny sparks dance within the grains like embers frozen in time. They hold it out to you, and though no words are spoken, you understand. This is not just sand. It is memory, it is story, it is time, caught in stillness. You take the vial gently, and for a moment, the world becomes completely quiet. Not silent, but full of listening. The fire whispers, the wind sighs, and the sand beneath you begins to hum. A sound so soft, it feels more like a vibration in your bones than something your ears can hear. You close your eyes. The desert does not speak in language. It speaks in sensation, in weight, in stillness, in breath. And tonight, it has chosen to share something with you. The vial rests gently in your hand. Cool glass, warm sand, and within it, a quiet shimmer that feels alive. The figure across the fire lifts a hand slowly, inviting you to listen. Not to them, but to the desert itself. The wind picks up, barely, just enough to stir the coals. Ash rises like soft feathers into the night, twirling upward and vanishing into starlight. Then, in a voice low and smooth as worn stone, the figure speaks. This desert, he begins, is not empty. It is never empty. It remembers everything. His accent is gentle, shaped by dry air and distant time. Each word drifts across the fire like a note from a long-forgotten song. The sands you walk upon, he continues, once carried kings, priests, children, dancers, dreamers. Each left behind something, and the desert, it never forgets. He leans forward slightly, eyes glinting in the firelight. But there is one story, he says, that the desert holds most dearly. one it only shares with those who come in silence, with soft feet and open breath. You feel yourself leaning in, not from curiosity, but from something deeper, recognition, as if your soul already knows the story and is only waiting to remember. The man lifts his hand again, palm open. A tiny handful of sand rests there, not from the vial, but from the ground beside him. Ordinary sand. But as he lets it fall slowly back to the earth, each grain sparkles for just a moment, as though the story itself is being released. She was called Layla, he says, a seeker of stars. She lived not in palaces, but among the dunes, with only the sky as her ceiling and the wind as her companion. His voice flows like a breeze, never rushed. Every pause is a breath, every phrase a step deeper into the desert's dream. Layla wandered not to escape, but to remember. She believed the stars had once spoken to humans. That long ago, we understood them, not just their light, but their language, their songs. He reaches into the pouch again, pulling a strip of cloth embroidered with a single silver thread. She carried this, he says, a marker, a gift left by her mother, who also walked the sands. It said the thread was spun from a fallen star, found after a storm under the full moon. The firelight dances across the thread. It shimmers faintly, not bright, but steady. Each night, Layla would sit in the dunes, listening, not asking questions, not begging for answers, just listening. He closes his eyes. So do you. And for a moment, you're no longer beside the fire. You're in Layla's place. The sky above stretches wide, its stars glowing like soft lanterns. The sand beneath you feels endless, but not lonely. You hear what she might have heard, a single star humming in a pitch too deep for words, but clear enough for the heart. She began to hear them, the man continues. The stars, not in her ears, but in her breath. They spoke in rhythms, patterns, silence between notes. Your breath slows. Inhale, exhale, and you feel it. A cadence, not random, something ancient. She followed that rhythm, he says, across the desert, not toward a place, but into herself. The wind shifts slightly. The dunes around you seem to lean in as though listening to their own memory. One night, the man whispers. She climbed the highest dune under a new moon. No light, no fire, only darkness and breath. His voice drops even lower. At the top, she lay back, arms open, eyes closed, and asked the stars to remember her. The fire crackles. A single ember floats upward. And they did, he says. You open your eyes. The storyteller is still. His hand returns to his lap. The embroidered thread rests quietly beside the fire. You don't know what to say, but you don't need to say anything, because something inside you understands, not in the way the mind understands, but in the way the body does, like the way breath understands lungs, like how sleep understands silence. The story is not about Layla, not just. It is about remembering what was never truly forgotten, about letting the desert and its whispering sand speak without needing to explain. You glance at the vial in your hand. Its grains still shimmer, but now they seem to move, not fast, just gently, as though stirred by a memory inside you. Awakening, the figure across from you says nothing more. His eyes close, and the fire settles into low embers. The wind wraps softly around you, not cold, not warm, just constant. And above you, the sky continues to hold its stars, each one watching, each one whispering, each one remembering. You close your eyes again, not to sleep, not yet, but to listen, as Layla once did. The sand shifts gently beneath you. A slow breath fills your lungs, and somewhere deep within, the story continues. Your eyes remain closed, but the desert does not vanish. It grows deeper, more expansive. The breath in your chest moves like the wind through dunes. Slow, soft, dot, 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 unending. In that space between silence and sleep, you hear another sound, not the wind, not the fire, but something softer still, a voice. Not the voice of the storyteller, but something older. It does not speak with words, it moves through you, like warmth from the sun after morning frost. You open your inner eyes, and there the dunes have changed. You are no longer beside the small fire. You are standing alone on the edge of a massive hollow, a place where the sand forms a perfect circle, curving gently like the inside of a bowl. In the center, a lone figure sits, beneath a tall staff planted in the earth. The staff glows faintly, a pale blue light that hums in rhythm with your breath. The figure is still, so still that for a moment you wonder if they are stone, but the wind moves around them as though in reverence, curving its path to avoid their quiet. You step closer, your feet make no sound. The sand beneath you welcomes every step, as if it has been waiting for your return. When you reach the center, the figure looks up. It is not the same man from the fire. This one is older, or perhaps ageless. Skin like dried riverbed, eyes like twin moons, calm, infinite. You have come far, the figure says, though the words feel like they rise from inside your chest. You have listened, you have remembered. Now you must rest in the silence. You nod, not out of understanding, but out of trust. The figure lifts a hand, palm outward. At the center of that hand, a spiral etched into the skin, glowing faintly like an ancient map. This, they say, is the mark of the keeper, the one who waits, the one who remembers for others when they have forgotten. You sit down in the sand. It cradles you like warm water. Around you, the wind still moves, but slower, like breath at the edge of sleep. The keeper begins to speak, but again, not with words. Images begin to bloom in your mind, not forced, but invited. You see a caravan under moonlight, long lines of travelers moving silently through silver dunes. You see children chasing each other by torchlight near oasis pools, their laughter blending with the splash of water. You see scrolls being unrolled under starlit tents, maps drawn in ink made of ash and honey. You see yourself, not as you are, but as you might have been, wrapped in desert robes, sitting beside a different fire, eyes closed, listening. You have been here before. The keeper's voice hums, not once, not twice, but many times. Each time you forget, and each time you return. You look at your hands. There is sand on your palms, but within the grains, tiny lights, memories, moments, fragments of songs you once knew, dreams you once held. You press your hands together, and the lights merge, forming a small glow between your palms. A warmth spreads through your chest. It is not fire. It is not light. It is remembering. The keeper smiles, not with lips, but with presence. you are ready, they say, not to leave, but to rest. The glow in your hands begins to fade, not into nothingness, but into your skin, your breath, your bones, and with it, the wind stills. The dunes no longer shift. The stars above pause. Even your thoughts fall silent. There is nothing to reach for, nothing to understand. Only this stillness. The keeper lowers their staff. It sinks into the sand, as though returning home, and in its place a small bloom appears, a single desert flower, white, round, pulsing gently with light. It is the desert's heartbeat, and now you carry it within you. The keeper closes their eyes, so do you. And slowly, the hollow disappears. The dunes return. The fire returns. The soft rhythm of breath returns. You are back beside the storyteller. The embers glow faintly. The stars blink slowly overhead, and the vial of sand in your hand feels warmer now, as though it knows. You've brought something back. You rest the vial on the sand. You lie down, and the desert welcomes you fully. Your body, no longer separate, melts into the warmth beneath. The wind brushes your cheek like a lullaby, not singing, but remembering, and somewhere beyond words, the keeper of stillness smiles in the dark. The fire has burned low, just a quiet cluster of glowing embers now, soft and warm like memories at the edge of a dream. You lie still, wrapped in the silence of the desert, your body nestled into the sand, as if it were made for this place, as if this place had been waiting for you. Above you, the sky remains unchanged, a river of stars flowing quietly across the heavens, each star a watcher, a whisper, a distant echo of a song you can almost remember. Your breath is slow, your limbs weightless. The air around you holds no tension, only stillness, only presence. The storyteller does not move, but his presence is steady, a guardian of the space between sleep and waking. He is not here to teach or to guide, but simply to witness your return to yourself. And so you rest, not in the way we rest at the end of a busy day, but in the way the earth rests between seasons, in the way the tide pulls away to reveal smooth stones beneath. There is nothing left to carry, no story left untold, only this breath, and the next, and the next. Softly the wind returns, not with urgency, but with grace. It moves gently over the dunes, carrying faint voices of others who have walked this path before you, whispers in ancient tongues, not meant to be understood, but felt. You feel them now, not in your ears, but in the space around your heart. They speak of belonging, of cycles, of return. The desert, it seems, does not end. It simply continues, from grain to grain, from breath to breath. And within its vastness, you are never lost. You are only small and held. The sand beneath your fingers is cool, but it does not disturb your rest. Instead, it cradles you like the earth remembering your shape, a shape it has known before. Somewhere in the distance, the soft sound echoes, the hollow jingle of a camel's bell, swaying gently as it walks. You do not see it, but you feel its rhythm, like a heartbeat in the night. The stars shift overhead, not quickly, but slowly, as they have always done. They do not need to be seen. They do not need to be named. They simply are, just like you in this moment. You are not doing, you are being, and that is enough. The desert does not require effort. It only invites surrender. It does not ask you to solve. It only asks you to feel. And now you feel everything slowly fade. The story, the keeper, the fire, the dunes, they remain, but not as images, as feelings, as textures in your breath, as calmness beneath your skin. Inhale slowly, exhale softly. Feel the weight of your body as it drifts deeper and deeper into comfort. There is nothing more to hold, nothing more to reach. You are here, you are safe, you are part of the whispering sand, and as the final embers sigh their last glow, as the stars continue their ancient watch, as the dunes settle into perfect stillness, you too drift into the night. No farewell, no end, only sleep, pure, gentle, endless sleep.